Hey there, fight fans! Today in this video, chaos is brewing in the UFC as two big names in the sport clash in the octagon. This battle could very well change the landscape of the division and determine the next contender for the title. There is a high probability that Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev will meet in a long-awaited battle.
That's the fight I want to see, because I want to know, can Khamzat do it? Can he fight someone that can wrestle? Can he fight someone that's just as strong, maybe? Can he fight someone that has the gas tank to go 5 rounds? And can Khamzat go 5 rounds?
Also later on in the video, some interesting information has become known. The leader of the Chechen Republic, Ramzan Kadyrov, was ready to pay $2 million to Nate Diaz so that he would come take a fight with Khamzat Chimaev. But Nate refused the money. And then later at the end of the video, Deontay Wilder has issued a double challenge to Francis Ngannou. Former WBC heavyweight world champ Deontay Wilder has joined the list of boxers looking to test former UFC heavyweight title holder Francis Ngannou's hands.
Somebody will die in that ring come November the 4th. I promise. They running from me. They all scared of me. I can't wait. Oh my God.
So this release will be very interesting, but before we kick off the video, I just want to ask you to please like the video and subscribe to our channel. There are already 46,000 of us, and our goal is to reach 50,000, so thank you in advance. Moving on, we have some very good news. Popular Chechen fighter Khamzat Chimaev suggests that the former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker will be his next opponent. I think I'll fight Robert Whittaker, Bohr said in an interview with Red Corner MMA. He has no opponent. Paulo Costa ran away somewhere. I will most likely fight Robert Whittaker. I want to fight him, and as a person, I like him, a good guy. He doesn't talk anywhere, he doesn't allow himself too much. Purely from the bottom of my heart, I'll sit at the press conference and fight. In a recent interview, Chimaev announced that he refused to fight Robert Whittaker in Australia, asking to organize the fight in Las Vegas instead. But 3 weeks earlier, the Australian said that he was not offered to compete with anyone other than Paulo Costa, who refused the fight. At the same time, Whittaker expressed confidence that the organization was preparing a fight for him in March or April. Cool, let's do that. It doesn't matter, the Australian told Submission Radio. If they offer me this fight, so be it. I think it will be a good, hard fight. I consider Khamzat a phenomenal fighter. He is very strong, just like me. I bet I'm a tough fight for him. It is not easy to box with me, and it is even more difficult to transfer and keep. So yeah, it will be an interesting fight. A lot of people are definitely interested in it, so I personally will be looking forward to it. Now, as the anticipation builds, fans and pundits alike are wondering who would win between these two fighters in a head-to-head battle. Whittaker has a wealth of experience and a championship track record. He has faced and defeated the best fighters in the division, but Chimaev's youth and brute strength make him a formidable opponent. Now, as you know, Chimaev has already made a splash with his welterweight dominance. As both fighters strive to prove themselves and earn a shot at the title, this match promises to be one to remember. So whether you're a seasoned UFC fan or just getting into the sport, this is going to be a fight you do not want to miss. So please let us know in the comments, what do you think about it? So as you remember, the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Nate Diaz was supposed to take place at UFC 279 in Las Vegas last year. However, Bohr showed an advantage of almost 3.5 kilograms at the official weigh-in and lost his headliner status, instead getting a fight with Kevin Holland, and Diaz was then given Tony Ferguson as a replacement. And recently, Chimaev said in an interview with Captain Hardcore that the leader of the Chechen Republic, Ramzan Kadyrov, was ready to pay $2 million to Diaz so that he would take a fight with him, but Nate refused. Not sure why. So for the fight with Diaz, I was paid $1 million in a percentage of pay-per-view, Bohr said. When everything changed, they paid $1 million. I offered Diaz both my $1 million and interest on pay-per-view. Then Ramzan called me and said that he would give him as much money as he wanted, even $2 million if only he would agree to the fight. But Diaz still refused, because he didn't want to fight me from the beginning, Chimaev stated. Now, of course, $2 million for a fight with Chimaev could be an excellent pension for the gangster, but let's be honest. Nate felt that even millions of dollars was not worth the risk that awaits him when meeting him in the octagon. And personally, it's probably the right decision. But the MMA community was left with one burning question. What would have happened if these two fighters met in the octagon? Who do you think would win this battle if they were to ever fight? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. The boxing ring is about to witness a clash of titans unlike anything that we have ever seen before. Deontay Wilder, former WBC heavyweight champ, is challenging Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champ, to a two-fight showdown, where they will step into each other's respective domains. In a very bold move, Wilder is proposing that one fight take place in a boxing ring, while the other will follow the rules of mixed martial arts. I'm interested in this fight and would love to have it in Africa, the 37-year-old American told Trill Boxing Talk. Let's do it, man. Two big black superheroes. Let's make a deal for two fights. Everyone comes to boxing, but let's do this. You come to my sport, and I will come to yours. I'm a real warrior. I take it very seriously, and I want to do something special. Now, of course, it does remain to be seen if this proposed fight between Wilder and Ngannou will actually happen, but Wilder's willingness to step outside of his comfort zone and participate in an MMA fight? Well, that's certainly a bold move.
Who hits harder, you or Deontay Wilder?
I'm different. I'm one of a kind. Y'all don't understand, man.
Wilder has had a successful career in boxing. Meanwhile, Ngannou has made a name for himself in the UFC with his powerful punches and a very impressive knockout record. If this fight were to happen, it would be an interesting contrast of styles, as Wilder is known for his heavy punches in boxing, while Ngannou is known for his power strikes in MMA. But regardless of the outcome, it would likely be an exciting and highly anticipated event for both boxing and MMA fans alike. But as you know, many do not like this idea. I personally do. What do you guys think about it? Would you like to see such an interesting fight? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And that is all for today. So if you liked the video, don't forget to support us by liking and subscribing. Thank you so much in advance, and we'll see you next time.